AI is biased towards the bias. So many biases. Okay, we have the bias with respect to the data set. We have the bias with respect to the model. We have this bias with respect to the human interaction, the cognitive bias, etc. Now, in this video, we're going to have a look at what is called as an automation bias. If you're going to look at the automation bias, then you will actually understand why are we saying human in the loop is a must for the governance. Okay, what is it? The tendency to favor suggestions from automated system and ignore the contradictory evidence, even when that evidence is correct. We trust the system more and we miss on the actual fact. Okay, that's what the automation bias is. Example, the healthcare. Clinicians overturn their own correct diagnosis in favor of incorrect AI advice. In 7% of the cases, accuracy dropped from 57% to 48%. Okay, you trust the system, and this is more dangerous. Okay, that's why the healthcare industry and the BFSIs are very well regulated. If you're going to depend upon the system that is going to throw you an incorrect message based on the bias, that's it. Okay, it's going to be a great blunder. The British post office scandal, it's actually based on the Horizon IT accounting software. Okay, so close to 900 postmasters were prosecuted. There were penalty, there were imprisonments, there were suicides. I think 9 people committed the suicide. Okay, because they were trusting more on the Horizon IT accounting software when the actualities proved that of all these 900 sub postmasters were innocent. This case is ongoing, and in one of the case, they were demanding the person who got impacted was demanding 4 million pounds as a compensation. Okay, and the case is still ongoing. Okay, the other one is the law enforcement facial recognition. Robert Williams case. Okay, police arrested an innocent man in Detroit because they trusted the facial recognition match over the fact he was nowhere even closer to the crime scene. He was miles away from the crime scene, but they said the footage is matching. You were made, they arrested him, and it was a very bad scene. Okay, when they did the investigation, they found that the facial recognition software, okay, was a mistake, and he was given 300,000 US dollars as a compensation. Detroit has got one of the strict guardrails with respect to the image, with respect to the AI now. Okay, the aviation industry had few incidents and safety. Michigan pipeline spill, industrial control system. Now, what it means to say is the over reliance on the AI, okay, and the erosion of the critical thinking. We always speak about this in the governance, and always the human in the loop. Before you start trusting something, okay, give it a thought. Give it a thought. On all these cases, okay. For example, the facial recognition as well. Okay, recently there was a case on Doritos. Okay, Doritos case. One of the schools in US. Okay, the student had the empty wrapper in his pocket, and it was the CCTV AI enabled CCTV camera mistook that for a pistol or a gun. Okay, so it immediately alerted the police, and the police came to the school, and they grounded this school student, a small boy, and they found it was an empty Doritos chips wrapper. Okay, so now again, this was subjective. If it had been a real gun, then the scenario would have been different. But in this particular case, it was a Doritos, empty Doritos chips wrapper on his pocket. Okay, it was a cause of an embarrassment for the student and for the school. Okay, the news is all over the world now. Okay, now blindly believing, okay, the output of an AI, okay, is not something that is recommended. So it's always the human in loop is required. Okay, the human in loop, on the loop, then in command is a gradual progress you're going to have for the AI. But again, it's always better to verify. Okay, like a zero trust, but verify. Okay, to have as a part of your AI. Okay, so thanks for joining me for this particular video. Join us for the certified AI officer of flagship training. Okay, cheers then. Bye bye.